My mother was short.
Short. That's where you got it from.
And a bundle of dynamite.
Yeah.
If you had her on your side, the rest of the world could just, she'd win.
Yeah. That must have been where you got all that from.
Yeah.
Um,
And Poppy was tall and fairly slight.
yeah.
And he was a fantastic man.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, he was just, and he loved his grandchildren.
Yeah, I would say so.
He'd be coming along the walk. He carried the guardian all to all the ones in the neighborhood.
Oh yeah, I think
practically,
I did know
took
that.
it around.
Yeah.
And he'd be coming down the sidewalk from their place with one of Stella's kids and one of ours on either leg, and they be walking along.
Just kind of carrying them around.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty cute. So, what was your first job? Do you remember?
My first job, I think, was picking potatoes.
That's a good job.
Yeah, and I bought myself a little red jacket.
Okay. That was your first
And I
big
liked
purchase?
it so much I wore it to bed.
They couldn't get it off you, could they?
Yeah, my mother took it off after I was asleep.
Oh gosh. That'd have to be sneaky. How old were you whenever you got your first job? Do you remember? Probably pretty young.
I suppose, no, I think I was about 12 or 11, yeah.
That's still pretty young though.
Yeah,
Younger than when I started.
yeah.
What was most important to your parents?
What's that?
What was most important to your parents? Like, what did they kind of go by? Or what was one of their, like, house
They were
rules?
really friendly.
Yeah. Can imagine.
Yeah, and outgoing, both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And quite religious.
Oh, were they?
Yes. Their
Catholic?
church was very important to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what things do you think maybe are more important to you, and like did they have an impact on? I'm sure they did. Like,
Oh, definitely.
yeah, I can tell already from
Yes.
what you told me.
Yes, yes.
What are some of your values that you think you carried along?
Well, I understand that the color of people's skin doesn't make them
Yeah.
any different.
Yeah, and that would have been a hard
That was
lesson
a
back
big
then.
thing in those
yeah.
days.
Yeah, for sure.
And Catholics and Protestants were both welcome in our home at
Yeah.
all times. That's another thing. So I think they taught me to be a little more tolerant,
Yeah,
to think that everybody else was trying to do the best they could, the
Yeah,
same as
for sure. And accept everyone.
the
for-
same as we are on our good days.
Yeah. Yeah, some days are better than others, for sure. If you could go back to any age, which age would it be and why?
I don't think I would go back to any age.
No.
I'm just enjoying the one I'm in now,
Yeah, that's so sweet. Very
in spite of a few impediments.
cute. Yeah, well, I guess everything comes with that.
That's
Every
right.
age, there's a few ups and downs.
That's right, darling.
What have been the most influential experiences in your life?
My nursing was quite important
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. And what do you think, like, what were some things that you remember about nursing? Some of the things
Well,
that stuck out
I
to you?
nursed in the Ottawa Civic, and you never knew who you'd have. One
No.
day you would have somebody with diamonds
Mm,
from there to there.
yeah.
Bigger diamonds than I've ever seen since.
Mm,
And the next day you'd have somebody from the Gatineau Hills
yeah.
that didn't really believe in washing. You had a bath once in the spring, and that was it.
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy.
And it was very hard when they came in, because some of them would actually bring a few live
Yeah.
critters with them.
Inside their coats?
And the pillows would just be gray as they go across. One person we had that
gosh.
came in, we had to have 3 shifts of nurses before we got her clean.
Oh, gosh, that's, I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard to believe that people can
Yes,
get to that stage.
that's right, but that was the way they
Yeah.
lived.
Yeah.
And then there was this little 87-year-old one that came in to have her gallbladder out.
Oh, okay.
She drove into the hospital on her husband's motorcycle. She drove out the same way after having her gallbladder out.
I hope she waited a while there
Yeah,
at least
yeah.
to recover to bed. Because I don't feel like that would be the
you
safest.
just never knew what you were going to get
No,
next.
yeah, and I think that's nursing in general too.
That
You never
is,
know
dear,
what to
it
expect.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it always keeps things interesting.
yeah.
How did you feel about raising your children, and what do you think was the best or the hardest part?
Well, the
No,
thing of it is, when you have 10 children, they have to behave. Or
Yeah,
they,
there's no choice.
you know, no.
Yeah. No.
You just they have to have certain rules and they have to abide by them because
Otherwise, it won't work, I guess.
their whole world would fall to pieces because
Yeah.
nobody would want to have them anywhere.
No, that's true. That's true.
You know,
No, and you got pretty lucky with
yes,
the bunch you got.
they had to be an example for a big family.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. No.
And I think they did pretty
Yeah.
well.
Turned out pretty good.
They didn't
No,
do bad.
no complaints. What big world events do you remember from when you were growing up? I know there was
What's that, dear?
what big world events? There was wars and
Well, there's big differences in telephones for one thing.
okay,
Yeah,
I guess
because see, we had
they
them.
used to have the
We had ones that you rang like this and they were on the
Oh
wall.
yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
Yes.
I think Olivia used to have one of those. At
And
her
as
house.
soon as your ring had come on, if anyone wanted to hear
They pick
the
it up.
party,
Yeah. You see that in the movies. They'd be listening in.
and if you sneezed when you were on the phone, the next door neighbor would be asking you in the morning how your cold was.
They're nosy little ones.
Yeah, they
Jeez.
were.
So was it everyone in the area could
I loved
just,
them dearly.
did you? Would you ever pick up the phone and listen in on what
Oh
the-
yeah, well you have to when you you have to pick it up is the first thing because you have to know if there's anyone else
Oh,
busy
yeah.
using
And
it.
then you're kind of like, oh, what's
Yeah,
going on? over
Yeah,
there?
what were they saying?
Oh dear. How did you meet your spouse, and what was it about him that you liked?
Well,
What
to
you
tell you
like?
the truth now, I was babysitting at my brother's,
Okay.
and I was 26 and I had 2 little children.
Mhm.
And I thought that part of my life was all over. I was
Yeah.
too old
2.
for anything.
2, and that's it.
Too old for romance.
Yeah.
But Willard came down and his truck broke down at the gate.
Okay.
And that was it.
Just got hitched up right there.
Yeah, we just talked I think we practically talked all night.
So you didn't know him, and his truck just broke down? by
Yeah,
your house?
his sister was married to my brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
His
so
sister.
the double first cousins.
Okay, all right. I
Yes,
didn't know
the
that either.
McLeans and the Wigmores.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, cool. I never knew that.
yeah,
That's neat.
yeah.
What is something funny or embarrassing that one of your children said that you remember, or if you remember?
Oh, I
anything?
certainly
I'm
do.
sure there's a few.
I was all dressed up. And Bobby said, "Is that your godmother dress?" And I said, "Godmother dress?" He says, "Yes." "My godmother, you're not going out looking like that."
How old was he when he said that to you? Jeez.
And another time he looked at me and he said, "Mother, you look just like the Queen." And then he,
Yeah, I'm waiting for the next page.
big nose and all.
Oh my god. He's not very nice to you.
No.
Jeez. Oh well. I guess
Yeah.
they gotta tease you a little bit.
He hasn't changed that
No,
much.
I don't think so. Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
What do you feel has been the most important success in your life? Do you think? What are you most proud
My
of?
children.
Yeah,
My children.
definitely.
I'm pretty proud of all of them
Yeah.
and love them dearly.
Yeah,
Children and grandchildren.
yeah. They.
I haven't done much.
Well, you did quite a bit too, but
Well,
raising all of them is
yeah.
keeps your hands full.
Yeah,
You're busy.
that's right.
Yeah, a lot of work
Yeah.
having kids. If you could write a message to your family and put it in a time capsule, what would you want to write in it?
Love each other. Just one rule you need to mind, and joy you'll never lack.
Yeah.
First you have to love the world, and then it loves you back.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Did you come up with that?
I think that'll be all right, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
That's my philosophy anyway.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
You're doing pretty good for yourself.
Yeah.
So,
That's right.
yeah. No, and a lot of people get very lost,
Yeah.
especially in this day and age. It's hard
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
stay on the right track, for sure. Well, I think that was all my questions.